How you doing, everybody? It's MK Dragon Elite. This is the first ever movie review since the Mario movie that I uploaded 2 years ago in 2023. And yesterday, I actually got to see the new Superman movie, and I gotta say, I believe it was phenomenal, in my opinion. I saw people at like from all different ages go see it, so it wasn't just kids or young people in general. It was older folks as well. So, and I got to like hear this old person say that he was there when the original Superman the movie back in 1978. So this movie appealed to older folks. It was really not nostalgic, so to speak, because it's more comic booky, classic take on this character. It's like with the Superman trunks. It appealed to the older folks, and that made that makes the movie stand out from all the other ones because now you have older people who are coming in, not just the young people, but like people from like different generation of like different eras of Superman coming back to see the character on the big screen. And that's something that I noticed, at least in the movie theater that I attended. It was really a unique experience. So going on deeper into the review, David Cornsweet Superman, I believe it's he. I think he's a good Superman. I think he's not the end all be all, but I see I see the resemblance with the curl the curl on his forehead is really iconic. I don't even think Henry Cavill's Superman really had the curl. If you think about it, it was always like combed to the side, or you couldn't really see the curl all that much. But in this movie, it's there, from beginning to end, and I think he did great. He threw a couple of jokes. Yes, some jokes didn't really land with the audience, and I was kind of surprised. I laughed a couple of times, but sometimes the jokes didn't really land. I would also like to mention that this Superman is really careful with the punches that he throws because he always worries about collateral damage, or he always saved people in this movie and even saved a squirrel for that matter. So he's always trying to be careful, especially when he fought the kaiju in the first act. Trying to not be as destructive and try to save a lot of lives. So that really stood out to me, and I noticed that a lot. And going on deeper into the review, Ma and Pa Kent, they're like the sweetest old people that I have ever seen in a movie. Especially Ma Kent, because she's just so lighthearted, and she always expressed, like, the actress who played Ma Kent, like, she's always expressing so much love for her adopted son, and that was really heartfelt. And the same thing with Pa Kent, like loving parents to Clark Kent and all that. Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane was another character that stood out to me because in the movie she she actually gets to do a lot, not just being there to like be catched by Superman, but she also gets her own little action scenes because she does go and rescue Superman in the in the pocket universe thing. And that was pretty cool. So like she's not always there just to, as rescuing, she's not always being rescued. That's what I'm trying to say. She's actually doing something instead of being in danger all the time. And that was pretty cool. I think she did a good job. Her jokes were pretty good. Like when she told Guy Gardner's Green Lantern that his haircut should be against his vow. I think that was pretty neat. A lot of people did laugh at that joke. That joke did land, or at least where like I got to see the movie. So I mean, she did pretty good in my opinion. Like she did phenomenal. Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor was, oh my god, this guy is like a savage. Like this guy is not fucking around with anybody. He can just kill people that like he thinks are basically trash because he doesn't he's a psychopath. He does not appreciate human life, you know. He can just kill people if he thinks that they're just being way too nice to Superman. Just like he killed the food vendor or like that one guy that he kidnapped off the street and took him to the pocket dimension universe just to kill him in front of Superman. Like that's just like savagery. And you know, he's just really like he's like a jackass, you know. He gives that classic villainy vibe that it's just so like you love to hate him is what I'm trying to say. And it's just and you know, Nicholas Hoult is just like a great actor. He also played Jack in Jack the Giant Slayer. You know, he was the protagonist in that movie, but now he got to play a villain. And yeah, I know him because Jack the Giant Slayer. So that's. But now he plays the main villain of Superman. He is the main villain, and I think he did phenomenal. Skyler Gis, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Skyler Gis Ondo. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. He plays Jimmy Olsen, and Jimmy Olsen is that one character that we really didn't get to see him that much in the DC extended universe. But now in the new DCU, he has more of a personality, and you know he didn't just die like you know Zack Snyder killed him off last time he appeared on the big screen for the first time, and he was just shot, or at least that I know of. So here he actually you know gets to do something like Lois Lane. You know he gets to do something. He's more relevant to the plot. He's not just a side character that gets you know shot. The Justice Gang is a kind of a precursor to the Justice League, and you know I think they're pretty cool. It's kind of great that we know that in terms of superheroes, a lot of characters can be juggled at the same time. You know, this is still a Superman movie, but James Gunn somehow managed to juggle all of these characters and still made them relevant to the plot, and that was pretty cool. And finally, the controversial origin change of the Jor-El saying that Superman is was sent here to rule over the Earth, and you know that he would, you know, if he wanted to, he can take as many wives as he can. Like that reminded me of Batman the Telltale series because in that video game, the Wayne family was treated as like bad guys, and James Gunn's Superman is kind of like that, where the House of L is kind of this, you know, bad family, like villainy type of people because now they sent their son to basically conquer Earth, and I don't like that. Like I really don't like that. But yet again, Lex Luthor, maybe he, you know, somehow maybe he altered the damaged message somehow, and I don't want to believe that's true because like that is like I can't believe that that is actually what they went with, but you know, so that's why in the trailers like the people are mad at Superman because of the message, and Lex Luthor revealing it to the world that you know he was sent here to conquer people just because you know he's like a god. But I really don't like that. That's like the only thing that I didn't like about the movie. They changed the origin story to make it so Superman's parents somehow, or like they did, not somehow they did, tell him to conquer Earth, take as many wives, and spread the Kryptonian genes that he has to like everybody else. You know, I think that was like that part I did not like about the movie. And Supergirl makes a cameo at the end, and that's obviously to set up her future movie next summer, and I mean I'll watch it. I mean it's continuing the new DCU, so I mean I'll watch it next summer. And yeah, Superman and Supergirl, like it's a shared continuity, obviously, and it has just begun. So I can't wait to see more of this DCU. So yeah, I mean I'll give it like a 9.5 out of 10. I just don't like how Superman's parents are like evil because they told him to conquer the Earth and take as many wives as he can. So I think it was a good movie. So and Cage Dragon Elite out.